Hi everybody. This is Sarah from Serenity. Today's video is about the astrology for our Gemini friends for May 2020. It's going to be a little bit different this time because this is just astrology and not a tarot reading. Gemini's been having a really interesting time and you've kind of been riding a wave, and things are going to shift in May. So that being said, this astrology will not resonate with everyone, because there are thousands and thousands of Geminis out there. And you know what? That's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries. Just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. Okay, Gemini, you've been busy, you've been antsy, you've been somewhat claustrophobic, but then you kind of found your rhythm and things slowed down and you found things to distract you. Gemini is really good at doing that because you have so many interests, so many things appeal to you, that there's always another book to read, there's always another movie to watch, there's always another class to take. So you've been focused on those kind of things more so than worry, which is really good. But May is going to see a shift, and basically it's going to be a time when you turn inward more. But what we're going to do in this video is break it down by health, wealth and career, travel, which spoilers non-existent, and love. So this month is going to be flavored by Pluto. And Pluto is your health and work planet, and it went retrograde last month on April the 25th, and will be retrograde until October the 4th of 2020. So the thing that's really interesting about this Pluto retrograde is it's going to affect your 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, all themes that relate to Scorpio. So the 8th house is all about mystery. It rules birth, death, sex, transformation, mysteries, and bonding at the deepest level. So Pluto will have you looking at your relationships to your friends, your family, your coworkers, your relationships to money, and all things financial, and how these relationships impact you on a deeper personal level. How do they relate to the great mysteries of the world? How do they relate to your personal development? How do they relate to your mental health? Shared finances and partnerships are also highlighted during this time. So this is a great time to make any needed adjustments as you look at new career opportunities that are going to be presented to you. But we'll discuss that further in the wealth and career section. Let's begin looking at your health. Okay, first of all, your health is generally overall very good. This month, though, we see that it's going to be imperative that you don't make any huge adjustments. I know you've been reading and thinking about, taking some new supplements or trying a new exercise routine or maybe doing some fasting. At this point in May, just keep researching it. Don't change what you're doing drastically. If you already do yoga, you might, do a yoga challenge. Same thing with, another sport that you can do at home or another type of exercise that you can do at home and maybe do more frequently, sure. But don't start something drastic in May. Overall, your health is good. There's just two issues to really look at. First, the fact that, you've been bored, so you've been kind of slacking on your exercise and also on your diet. Generally, Gemini eats pretty good. I mean, you eat what you like. Let's put it that way. And normally that's pretty healthy. But with all the stress and the quarantine and the uncertainty, you've probably been slacking a little bit and turning to comfort foods more often. And that's okay. That's all of us. Just in May, kind of get back into a routine of cooking on a regular schedule and maybe making more healthy dishes as opposed to automatically reaching for the comfort food. And like I say too, just get back in the exercise routine. And it doesn't have to be, you're training for a marathon suddenly, just something on a regular basis. And that will definitely help your stress level. And that's going to be key in May. Your stress levels could really go up and down in May because of all the different changes you're going to be going through and experiencing. So it's really a good idea for you to put in place now self-soothing and healthy ways to manage the stress. Like I say, and keep your routine going. And then you should enjoy good health all month long. So let's look at your wealth and your career sector, which work is kind of a theme for 2020 for you anyway. And not so much hard work, but how you relate to work, what you consider worthwhile work, and changing how you look at wealth and career status and maybe changing what you do for a living. So it's a lot of different things happening in 2020. And yeah, we've already had a year's worth of stuff and we're only looking at May. But guess what? It's not over yet. Your money really hasn't been bad in April. I mean, yes, there were some ups and downs and it could have been better, but it really wasn't bad. Most of May, we see you focused elsewhere. You're going to turn inward more and really, like I say, get to the root of what's important to you. Obviously, everything you do for your family, of course, without saying. But how does that actually translate? Are you spending too much time working and not enough time with the family? And is that a big lesson that's coming through with this quarantine? That maybe things have gotten out of balance a bit, and this is a great time to really look at ways you can implement new strategies and things to kind of, when we get out of quarantine, get that back in line. And that's, I think, most of us too. Most of this month, we see money flowing into your household budget, not necessarily through work, but the money is flowing in, and you will have more than enough to meet your requirements. We can even see some earning increases around the first of the month and the end of the month. Specifically, like the 1st through the 7th, you may see unexpected money coming in. And the 23rd, we also see will be a very rewarding day for you financially too. But after spending most of the month writing and looking inward as to what's important and what direction you should take, it looks like your business is actually shifting. You may keep doing what you've been doing, but you're going to approach it differently. Maybe do some side hustles that work with your career and free up more of your time. Maybe putting some things in place now that will pay off later. And speaking of that, after the 20th or so, you get really productive, really super productive, because you know which direction to move in. One of the problems that Gemini has is, like I said, they're very intelligent and they love so many different things. They also have so many great ideas that sometimes it can be overwhelming as to know which one is the right one to follow. Should you be doing a podcast? Should you, start a YouTube channel? Should you start a cooking show? What should you do? And all of them are viable and all of them would probably work. Maybe this month, look inward and what would make you happy? What would give you the kind of freedom that you desire? What would give you the time with your family you desire? And also what would pay the bills and give you the financial security you desire? And once you decide, which will be, like I say, by the 20th, then you'll know which direction to go in, and then everything will start flowing almost like magic. And you will be really clear on the next step for your career, and you will see almost an immediate change or shift, and suddenly the rewards start flooding in. Your income looks to continue to increase after the 29th too, and will be even stronger next month. We're talking about June, but that's a spoiler, so tune in for that video. May does have the propensity for financial windfalls or opportunities. Opportunities are actually brewing now and should start showing up around the end of May, beginning of June, for different avenues of income, more exposure at work, raises, promotions, all kind of things like that. And if you're thinking about, quitting your job or maybe laid off, unfortunately, it's okay, because this will affect you too. There will be different ways for you to pick up some extra income too. So don't stress out for it. Like I say, it's a month we got to get the stress under control, okay? But all in all, it looks like financially you'll be fine, and June will be much better even. So, okay, let's look at love. For our single, unattached Gemini natives, things have kind of slowed down, obviously, because of the quarantine, and your dating life and your social life is not what it was last year, but that's okay. Let relationships play out. If you're talking to someone online, just let it play out. Just let the relationship develop without rushing or pushing it into something else. Singles that have been dating a while may want to take the relationship to the next level in May. And that's fine. Just talk things through before moving in together or making any drastic life changes, and put those boundaries in place and make sure everyone knows what their responsibilities are before you do commit to a big change, and everything should be fine. Unattached Geminis, you're still working through issues from past relationships and you need to heal. So look after yourself in May and June, and you'll be in a much better place to date and socialize come July, August, September. Married and committed Geminis, well, you find a new pace in your relationship. in May. Family members and especially your partners will have a very different opinion on important matters such as finances, career goals, and actually the future for your family, and maybe the direction that your career is going to take and how it's going to impact your family. So this could cause you some stress as they start vocalizing these opinions. But here's the thing, Gemini, be diplomatic and listen. And then do diligent research on the subjects that they're talking to you about, because chances are good they're right. There is something that they're seeing that for some reason you have overlooked or not considered. So really listen to what they're saying, listen to their advice. Don't immediately shut it down because it doesn't fit your plan, okay? And then talk it through after you've researched it, and then come to some sort of agreement about the future. Consider their feelings and consider the direction that your career is going to take your family, because things are going to be fluid after, say, September, or things are going to move really fast. So you need to get an idea now. I mean, is changing your career what you want to do? Is moving house to another state or even country something you want to do? Is giving up everything you've got now to go back to school something you want to do? And how is this going to impact your family? And is it worth it in the long run for a little bit of discomfort or not? But just really talk it through, listen to them. Once you do this, everything should settle down. Say after the 14th or so, you're going to find new harmony and peace in your partnerships. Generally a pretty harmonious month at home, even though there's going to be some ups and downs just because you're sharing such small space. But that's okay. That's okay. You can work through this and you will find, like I say, a new pace as well. Overall, travel is really small. Just, a little bit for work, a little bit for, groceries, things like that. Doesn't look like you're going to be leaving the city, really, or the town that you live in. So, that's not bad, though, all things considered. So overall, this is a different type of month compared to how the year has been so far. This is about you turning inwards and getting an idea of the direction you want the next cycle or cycles to go in. Being an extroverted Gemini, you're very self-aware too, but you don't spend a whole lot of time maybe being introverted. And this is the clue for May. Turn inwards and decide what's important, and then talk it through with your family and friends and build that foundation. Then you'll be ready when things start flowing really quickly. You'll be able to grab those opportunities that are presented to you and not agonize over should you or should you not do these things. So overall, it's going to be a good month, just a little bit different, but that's okay. You've got this. You're going to be healthy. You're going to be, financially okay, and just watch your stress levels and everything should be fine. Hope you found this little mini reading helpful. If you would like your own reading, you can find me at Serenity. I'll put my details up here and also in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and being a part of the Serenity family. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.